What is up, y'all? Welcome back. I've been teasing this video a little bit lately. I came to the realization that there are a lot of products that I love, that I use off camera, that I don't get to talk about enough on camera because time is of the essence and we're just constantly seeing new releases and they tend to eclipse the things that I use on a regular basis in my everyday life. So I wanted to put together a beginner makeup bag, basically, of my favorite hybrid texture products for the most part, meaning that they are really adaptable in how you apply them, what you apply them with, and they don't necessarily need to be powdered because they have their own lovely dry downs. And in the spirit of it being a beginner makeup bag, I also wanted to stay away from some of the wildly inaccessible price points that we sometimes talk about on my channel. And I'm happy to be partnering today for this video with Kohls, specifically Sephora inside of Kohls. So if you don't know, I was pleasantly surprised when I found at my local Kohls that there is a beautiful shopping experience within Kohls that is a smaller version of the Sephora store that you're used to. And they feature all the same brands that you're used to seeing and all the same beautiful, lovely customer service that you're used to experiencing, but it all stays within a certain price point. You're not going to see some of the like high price, luxury fashion houses and stuff there. So that was what inspired me to put a cap on this capsule, as it were, and everything is going to be $36 and below. You'll see why. But not only do they have a really lovely in-store experience, I was pleased to find that they're really easy to shop online as well. You also get the same points that you get at Sephora, so if you are more accustomed to being a Kohls shopper, the partnership between Sephora and Kohls has really enhanced that shopping experience across the board. So whether it is your local Kohls store or Kohls online, I highly encourage y'all to check out what Sephora has to offer within Kohls and in their other departments as well. So all the products will be listed down below. They are going to be names that you are familiar with. These are products in a lot of cases that you're gonna be like, really, Kackie? We already knew that you loved that. And some of them are going to be pleasant surprises and blasts for the past. So with all that in mind, I wanna thank Kohls for partnering with me for this video, and let's go ahead and jump into this beautiful beginner-friendly makeup bag. So I took application footage. I'm gonna be able to insert that all the way through the video. And the first product we're going to talk about is the one that set the high price point. It's why we're talking about 36 and under, and that's because this is $36. I love it so much. This is like the product that made me want to make this video. I was like, this has the largest gap between how much I like it and how little I talk about it on my channel. And this is the Fenty Eaze Drop Stick, right? The Eaze Drop Blur and Smooth Tint Stick. I have this in the shade 2. It is so beautiful, so adaptable. Very few people I have seen have disliked this product. I think it really works for a lot of skin types, which is refreshing because the first Eaze Drop from Fenty, I loved it, but it was a little bit too oil controlling for my skin type, my dry skin. And so wearing it day on day did tend to sacrifice a little bit of hydration over time, whereas this wears in a healthy, beautiful, hydrating way all day, day after day. No fragrance, no SPF. Y'all know I love to see it. And this is just a really easy product. You're gonna hear me say that about all of these because that was literally the criterion from which all of these ideas sprung. I just wanted things to be fun and easy to use. This is an incredibly satisfying product to use because as you apply it, it really feels like it's doing the work for you. It does build, but you can also wear it really thinly as kind of a camouflage, and the shade range, because it's Fenty, is fantastic. So next. This is so easy because it's a perfect product as far as I'm concerned. This is the Tower 28 Swipe Concealer. Oh, look. You can see some of the tube right there because I'm working my way through this so quickly. So I have this in the shade CC. This little guy is $22. It's just so, again, approachable. It's just an easy thing to recommend because this concealer is seamless. It's so easy. And one of the best things that I discovered from it first try all the way through today is that it doesn't require powdering. Sometimes I will powder just because I want to, but it doesn't need it. So it's great for even like mature skin because it's less prone to gathering and it's extremely thin on the skin. So it's got caffeine in it, the same as a lot of the concealers that we all know and love, but this one is just exceptional. I think that the shade range is really nice. I think that the price point is fantastic, and it has never complained. No matter what I ask it to do, no matter what face of makeup I want to apply with it. That's why I'm working my way through it so quickly, is because it is so easy and so adaptable. All right, the next one is a blast from the past. This is $32. This is the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer. Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. I did get a new one because I used the last one all the way up. That's how much I love this. This formula is a gel bronzer, basically, in a pan. It goes on really sheerly. It looks super dewy, but I promise you it does go down to a hybrid finish, but it is still really enhancing to the skin's texture. Just makes my skin look healthy and hydrated, and I love that. It's also super user-friendly because it builds really slowly. Again, super sheer. I think it's a pretty good shade range. I find this to be a fantastic flexible formula and a great investment. Oh, this one might surprise y'all. This is a quick favorite. I liked the Saie Beauty liquid blushes for a long time, but it really took this release of this specific color to turn me into kind of a die-hard believer. This is $25 and this is the shade Cutie. Cutie is the perfect, in my opinion, muted coral, and I love this formula. It builds so beautifully, so seamlessly, so, again, uncomplaining. It is beginner friendly, and also I can get a ton of color impact from it, applying it directly to my face with the doe foot, which is the dream, right? There are tons of blushes out there that either don't hit the mark in terms of shades or don't hit the mark in terms of formula, but this is a really great affordable option, and I find it to be super agreeable. All right, and like I said, they carry all the Sephora collection stuff. And if y'all remember around the Sephora sale last year, I decided to deep dive on the Sephora collection, and I was so pleasantly surprised with what I found. I had been sleeping on those formulas so hard. So when they came out with this new contour powder, I kind of jumped on it because I was like, look, I'm excited about these products, and that really carried through with this product as well. It looks terrifyingly gray in the pan, but they formulated this in a way that they knew it needed to be incredibly sheer. It is super beginner friendly. Don't be afraid of the cool tone nature of this shade. It is very, very lightly pigmented and it goes on really slowly. I think it's a fantastic formula, and it really falls in line with everything that I've come to expect from the Sephora collection. Okay, the next thing that I used is the Merit eyeshadow. These are the Solo Shadows, specifically the shade Mid-Century, because I feel like it goes so beautifully with the kind of coral component of this whole look. You're going to see it as a through line. I know. You're like, that's brown. But look, it's kind of terracotta, and using it as a base for my eyeshadow really just like built a lot of depth so that I could just have fun with the shimmers and stuff like that. And it was just a really good transition shade. It added a nice amount of like moodiness to it, and it made the eye look go really fast. It does actually kind of dry down all the way eventually. That's why I just did a really ugly thing with that swatch. My point was that it wasn't quite dried down, but you can see parts that are. It gives you a good amount of time to get it where it's going, especially if it's on top of a little bit of complexion product, and then it does wear really beautifully and it doesn't crease on me. So these are $24 a piece, and I'm really, really glad that I tried these. They really knocked my socks off. So on top of that, I mean, this is one of the best deals you can get at Sephora, and that is one of the Kaja Bouncy eyeshadow trios. Today I used Coral Sunrise, and that is, again, reinforcing that through line. So starting with this really pretty, again, like a brown that has a very similar undertone to it, to that really ugly swatch that I did of the Merit. Let me fix that. There we go. Then it has an incredible kind of multi-chrome shimmer. Ooh, it has a little bit of a shift on it, and that was what I put on my lids. It is a powder, but they call it a bouncy eyeshadow trio. It has a tiny bit of a putty consistency to it, and I find that it makes it wear a really long time. It feels like it's gripping, like it has primer in it. And then there's this really versatile glitter on the top where you can like grab a whole lot of it and get a really cool, like inconsistent shimmer. It looks like unicorn skin, you know, and it really adds a lot of texture. Or you can pick it up on a brush and get like a really nice brow highlight or a really nice inner corner highlight. It's a very, very versatile formula. And at $26, these are such a good deal. So I have so many of them. All right underneath the buzzer for $35 is the Kosas Cloud Set. This is my ride or die powder. Anybody who's been watching my channel for a while knows this. This is the powder that I just go go through and then I replace it because it's my favorite one. It's very lightweight. It's not oil controlling or overly mattifying. It just sort of changes the texture in the places I want to be less light reflecting, and it leaves my skin still looking really luminous. It doesn't have any like glitter in it or anything like that. It's just a really nice blur. So this comes in a ton of shades. Really, really incredible formula. Can't recommend it enough. And at $24 each, I do always use the Kosas Air Brow in soft brown and in clear. It has kind of a soft medium hold. I wouldn't say that it's for like lamination purposes, but I think it gives a really nice natural shape to the eyebrow. These are the ones that I use forever and ever because they don't break my skin out. Like, because of the long wearing nature of some of them, sometimes they won't rinse cleanly enough and they'll break my eyebrows out. That's happened too many times. And not only do these not break my eyebrows out and they don't irritate my skin, but this comes in 10 shades. The actual pigmented brow product, there really is something for everybody in this range. And my other product from the Sephora collection that goes in this capsule for $11. I love this eyeliner. I loved it from the moment I tried it. This is the Sephora 12-Hour Colorful Crayon, the contour eye pencil in the shade Tiramisu. And it is a beautiful, matte, deep, cool brown. It's not super, super cool. It's not like gray, but I feel like it really mimics the color of my eyelashes. So it actually adds a believable line that looks like thicker eyelashes on me. And that's why it's a really good universal go-to for any of my eye looks, is because it's not about the color that I put on as eyeshadow. It's about the fact that it matches my eyelashes. So it's the one that I lean on all the time. And it is actually 12-hour and waterproof, and it actually removes really easily. And finally, I took a liberty, okay? Yes, there are plenty of really beautiful lip glosses on Sephora at Kohls, tons. We got Lawless, we got Kosas, we got Tower 28, Summer Fridays. Like, there are so many different options, and you honestly, it's pretty hard to bother me with a lip gloss, but I was like, well, if it's under $36. This is a Clarins Comfort Lip Oil, y'all. I love this stuff so much. I did just hop off and go have a smoothie, so I'm gonna reapply. Oh, it's the best. You can tell because I'm almost done with it. I love this. It's $30. Comes in a lot of shades. I think that the pink one might be pH adjusting, but the other ones are not. Smells like snow cones, at least this one does. And I cannot get enough of it because it's beautiful. It's a really lovely component to interact with. It really does give luxury, and it's super nourishing on your lips. Like, it sticks around and it actually hydrates your lips. It's a lip oil that wears like a lip gloss, so it does have the nourishing quality to it, but also the tenacity of a lip gloss, and I love it. I wear it all the time. So if you are looking to kind of splurge on something luxurious, these things can be found at Sephora at Kohls. And that's the vibe. Like I said, I hopped off for a minute because I had to go eat lunch, and I'm still, like, my skin looks incredible. It's been about 2 hours, and this whole face of makeup just is so long wearing, such uncomplaining formulas. You don't have to pay a fortune for high quality, high performing formulas. There obviously are products where the higher price point is matched by higher quality, but there's also a place where that kind of tops out and you're just paying for a name at the end of the day. So I really believe that all of these products give a luxury experience at a prestige price point, and they are such an ideal capsule for a beginner friendly face of makeup where all of the formulas are going to work with you and not against you. And they can all be found at Sephora and at Sephora at Kohls. Again, I will link all of those things down below. Thank you to Kohls for sponsoring a portion of today's video, and I hope that y'all enjoyed this. If you did, please do give the video a thumbs up. If you are new here, this is kind of what we do. I test a ton of different products because I'm always trying to find the best version of whatever the product is to be able to cater to people's needs. So I have a lot of the same thing. We swatch, we compare, and that is what helped me arrive at a capsule like this today in a very decisive manner, because I keep all of these things in rotation in my brain and I'm like, those are easy, those are user-friendly, and they're at a price point that I think is easier to stomach. So if that sounds good to you, subscribe while you're here. I will put a video up here that I think you will enjoy if you liked this one. Thank you to all my current subscribers. I love y'all so much. I love you so much. And I will see y'all in the next one.